What up my ninjas, Donald Belfry here, and welcome to my review of Bat in the Belfry. Belfry? Free? What an odd word. And speaking of odd, the Turtles had quite a day chasing down wacky villains on top of one of their own losing her mind. So clearly this episode was focused on character development, yes, particularly on April and Mikey. So it's an odd pair, resulting in, at least for me, a disorienting mix between hilarity and depth. And I know this show is all about mixing those two aspects. It was just that in this episode, it didn't sit well with me to watch a serious issue like addiction, complemented with some slapstick comedy gee willikers. I don't know, that could just be me. And it's not as if there wasn't anything to enjoy, far from it. The action was really cool. The turtle superhero team up, and no one can disagree, that was fun to watch. Not to mention Donnie's inventions making a comeback, and don't even get me started on the Easter eggs in this episode. First off, Lord of the Rings though. Lord of the Rings. I'm pretty sure Sean Astin had a field day reading that script, and then Greg Sipes, if I were him, I would say, my precious, at least 100 times. And the superheroes mentioned, there was Superman, obviously Batman, and the Boy Wonder. That was so good. On top of, who else? Oh, I'm missing so many. Spider-Man, the Hulk. And I loved that Raph is a hardcore fanboy of the Fantastic Four, but then the other turtles just won't have it.
I don't want to relax. I want my crystal.
We actually watched April descend into madness in this particular episode. I would have appreciated if it was stretched out over a few more episodes, just for it to really sink in and become even more disturbing. That being said, this episode, it was still rather unsettling. I feel for the turtles because I don't know how they're going to deal with this issue. Obviously they will, because April is a good friend of theirs. They're not going to let this slide. However, I'm just really crossing my fingers that everyone comes out unscathed. On that note, I was a little confused as to how the crystal would actually affect April in order to corrupt her, because it is a source of good and pure energy. I don't think it should have manifested itself in villains like Monoculus or Skullman, but I think this episode did a solid job of explaining how. Case in point being Wingnut and Screwloose. They are obviously morally good characters, but with too much of this energy, they became villains. And not because they were actually evil and wanted to destroy anyone or anything. They just felt like everyone was attacking them, but those people were actually trying to help them. So that's essentially what April is going through. All she wants is this crystal and the ability to practice her powers, and the more the turtles say that no, it's dangerous, the more she feels like they're just trying to take something good away from her.
Whoa, you're acting like it's your precious. You're addicted to that thing, April.
I sometimes go back and forth between loving Mikey for his big heart and wild imagination, or frustrated with him because he's screwing up like no ninja should, and therefore distracting his brothers when they need to focus. So in an episode like this, do I support Mikey, who is right and has a hard case to make? Or do I support his brothers because they're obviously fed up with him distracting them, as I said, when they needed to stay focused? It's one of those both scenarios, if I'm going to be completely honest. And sadly, this is also a conflict that won't just go away, because Mikey is going to stay his usual self, what with his true nature being what it is, which is really cute, don't get me wrong. And the turtles, of course, or I should say his remaining brothers, are relatively sane, I would say, and as such practice a healthy dose of skepticism. So we're going to keep running into this issue. I hope there's a resolution, but I don't see one coming in the near future.
Giant alien eyeball from the Wingnut comics? My day just got wicked awesome!
Casey is definitely an adrenaline junkie in that he prefers a good beatdown over, I don't know, ultimate peace on earth. That being said, he was a good friend to Mikey. Sure, he was skeptical, who wouldn't be, about comic book characters coming to life, but he was still willing to hear Mikey out.
Holy goodbyes, everyone!
That's actually it for me here, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this review, and of course I have a question of the day for you. If you could team up with your favorite superhero or superheroes, who would they be and why? My personal choice was teaming up with Young Justice because they are an amazing group and I would learn so much from all of them. Plus, I just love those warm fuzzy feels. In any case, that's my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours down below. And of course, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, my ninjas.